February is a very important month for Myles Sexton. It marks the anniversary of their sobriety and a major milestone, 6 years of sober living. Myles is now on a mission to make sobriety less shameful for everyone. And they're joining us this morning with more. Myles, it's great to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me.
So what was the turning point in your life that you made the decision to become sober?
So I was diagnosed with HIV like 6 years ago as well. And I just realized that in order to heal and move past, I think, my diagnosis, I knew that I wouldn't be able to numb. And I used alcohol and substances to really just like numb my emotions, I think, a lot. And I knew that in order to heal, I had to fully go sober to like just sit with my pain, I think of that.
You hear a lot of stories of the journey into sobriety that start like that, where you realize there's a problem with alcohol. I think there's another group of people as well who say, alcohol just isn't for me.
Totally.
Who would you say sobriety is for?
I think sobriety could be for everyone. I think we all just need to look at our relationship. I think of like, what is the reason that we are reaching for that drink or we're reaching for our joint, you know? And it's like, if there is sort of an intention of like, I want to numb, I want to escape, like that might not be the most healthy script that we're setting for ourselves in those situations when there is alternatives out there that are way more healthy, like going for a run or doing some yoga or maybe meditate. You know?
Even beyond the mental health aspect, we're hearing stark warnings from Health Canada about the physical impact, finally, that alcohol can have on our health and our long-term health. For people who want to go on this journey of sobriety, you have some tips to share. You suggest, first of all, recognizing your triggers. What does this mean?
So I think like when I talk about recognizing your triggers, you really want to think about like, okay, what are those situations in my life that I'm reaching for the drink? Is it a long day at work? Is it a fight with my partner or my friends? You know, is it, I just had a stressful day and that's why I'm drinking, you know? I think it's like those things are all those parts of our scripts that we create, I think, within our own mental mind. And when we can recognize those triggers, we can maybe be like, okay, I realize that I'm reaching for the drink right now. Instead, I'm gonna go for a run. You know, and we're able to sort of rewrite those scripts for ourselves.
I think even too, if you say you like the taste of gin or you like the taste of beer, there are so many non-alcoholic options now too that I will tell you have come a long way.
Oh, they taste exactly the same.
They do, they really do. And they're easy to find. They're now in the grocery store as well. Next is setting boundaries with friends and family. And this is where I think everyone can feel that like internal hurricane where it's like, oh, how do I talk about this?
I feel the tightening happening.
How do we do this?
So this is a big one, right? Because you have to find the courage to be vulnerable, right? With your friends and your family members. But this is such an important step because I think that people aren't mind readers. And that was one of my biggest mistakes is when I was starting to get sober, that I was just assuming that everyone kind of understood where I was at, right? But I needed to have those conversations with my friends and family being like, I need your support. I need you to know that I want to go to this event with you and I don't want to drink. And I need you to maybe even have conversations with the people that are hosting this event or so on, just to really like set me up for success, right? Versus like putting me in a scenario where like maybe I'm having to talk about why I'm not drinking or maybe I don't feel comfortable about that at that time. So it's really, I think, about creating like a secure group around you, right? And that's gonna make it way easier. You're not on your own.
Having the uncomfortable conversations together so you're not just uncomfortable alone.
Exactly.
You know? Lastly, you say have an open dialogue with yourself and that this is a crucial step towards recovery. Tell us about this.
So this is one that's really important because I think that we need to do check-ins with ourselves. And I think for me, the biggest time that I needed to check in was like when I was going to like parties or work events. And sometimes I would get there and be like, ooh, I don't feel good right now. I feel like I may want to go have a drink. And in those moments, I needed to check in with myself and be like, okay, I need to be comfortable to like get up and leave. And even though I just got there, I think you need to feel secure enough within yourself in order to like walk away from that situation and know that like that's what's best for you.
Do you feel like you've met a whole new person?
100%. I mean, my life has completely changed like since this. I feel like it's just opened me up to so much more joy in my life. And I've been able to process through so much more of like my trauma and internalized shame that I've like just kept for like the last 32 years of my life, right? Like it's the most life-changing thing I've had.
Myles, I'm very happy for you. Thank you for coming on the show
Thank
today.
you for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.